let's get right into it.
Cole coming at you from the studio.
Starting right here
Just
on
hitting
the
you with an
first
upload
tee.
of my
Part
first
of
round
the
play at the
portrait filming.
2024
We'll get
Ulibari
to
Safari.
landscape here around
That was
hole
over
two,
here
but,
in Boise, Idaho.
just starting off here, it's a par 4.
Paul Ulibari
Just
comes
trying
over, he
to
plays.
rip one out there. Missed to
Great
the right.
tournament.
Get into the fairway.
I mean, I played over my rating
with a gladiator. It's going to be good.
with an even par round.
Then right here, we're approaching
second round.
little sake bomb.
Anyways,
Glow
check it
harp.
out if
I
you
left
want,
that
like,
kind of
and
short,
subscribe if you
so
want.
I've got a jumper at the basket right here. Boom, it's away. Just ding in the cage. No biggie, but on the comebacker, nubbed. I tapped in that, took a bogey on the first. So bummer start to hole 2 here. Dinger right on the tree. All right. Didn't love it, but step up, just picked up the same disc. That's an infinite slab. Made an excellent recovery there. Hole 3, we got a little teeny tiny island hole surrounded by hazard. Okay, coming with the sidearm. Sidearms come a long way this season. Ended up OB long, though, in the hazard there. Fortunately enough, as we'll see, gonna knock down that par save. Okay. Hole 4 here, yeah, just a crazy hole. This little flagged area around the basket is the only inbound spot. Everywhere else, hazard again. So 50-footer here, I think, just about. Cash the jumper, save the par. Moving on. Big turnover shot on this here par 3. Swinging it around to the right, you'll see I just hit those pavers right at the base of the fence. It kicked inbounds. But sitting at +1 because of that bogey on 1. So I'm really stoked to cash in that jumper and make birdie get back to even par. You'll see a lot of my jumper throughout this round. It was basically a saving grace for me. Right here, short kind of tunnel shot. I throw a watt. Get right up here, maybe 20 feet for birdie. Loving the look. Honestly, my jumper's feeling better than my regular putt at this point in the day. So this feels like a long putt to me. I gave it a good bid. Ding the band. What can you do? Trying to swing a hyzer around here on, looks like hole 7. End up clipping the branch, dropping down. Left here with an approach. I think I'm throwing my harp again. That glow sake bomb harp, kind of my go-to approach disc. Stepping up to the putt, the guys have to watch me splash it out to the right, tapping another bogey. So sitting +1 again, I believe. Crossing the pond, I got scared. This hole's like 340, I think, to the basket, and just got scared, pulled it out wide. So seeing what I can do about floating a jumper down there since it's working, but didn't quite get fully committed on it. What's this, hole 8? I think we're looking at hole 8, yeah.
Join us.
We can see this slip almost freaking killed me. I couldn't believe it. That was a great stop I made there. But then don't beat around the bush. Step up again, get one away. I pull over on it just a little bit. I don't think I actually kicked any trees, but I ended up out to the right side of the fairway here. Looks like I'm trying to make my jumper work again, but mostly a layup. It ended up trickling along, so that gave me another kind of 22, 23 footer, and I don't love that range for my game right now, but I ended up cashing it. Hole 10 here. Just too much hyzer out of the hand. It's only a 361 foot hole, but ended up skipping over here to the left, right outside circle 2, I think. Looking at it with the jumper, tapping in the par. Moving on. Hole 11. This hole, I'm trying to throw a force flex over. End up dinging a tree. You hear me call out dinger there. And then I'm left with this kind of weird ceiling. It was making me nervous, didn't really know what to do. Settled on my trusty harp there and just kind of forced it over to slide up to the basket. I'm tapping in a 3. That's a terrible, scary hole there. All those paths are hazard in that triangle around the pin. Don't love that. Dinging trees. I'm not getting off the tee well. Not getting off the tee well for this round. Fortunately, making some pretty good scrambles. The throwing form feels good. I don't know what it was about getting off the tee. Anyways, I get one up here just outside the circle again. I think maybe 36, 37 feet. And I'm just loving the jumper today. So we'll see right here.
Well, sweet tree, dude.
Taking my full 30 seconds, evidently. And smash. Okay, next hole. Same thing. Kind of shorter hole. Throwing a verdict just on a hyzer. End up getting a skip on these pine needles outside the circle. That trusty jumper end up yanking it to the right of the basket. Didn't love that, but ding the comebacker. Okay, 14. 396 out to this one. I'm throwing a time lapse here. Second time lapse. Fortunate enough, get out there. I had a debate with my card mates on this one, whether it was outside the circle or not. It was right at 33 feet, so ended up cashing a nice edge of the circle putt there. Really loving that, considering I wasn't feeling that great on just the regular putts inside the circle. Hole 15 here, long par 4. Pulled over my drive a little bit. There's a ton of space out to the left on this fairway. No reason to end up where I was here. Picked that up. Dinger. Hit the tree. Good news was
There you go.
I was able to crank over on, looks like, my verdict right here. And skitter right up around the mound to give me a look to save a 4. Not a huge surprise. Inside the circle putt from that 20 to 26 foot range. Hated it. This little sidearm, low out of the hand, slides all the way down. That's a little downhill, shortcut fairway there. So I actually got one of those nice kind of skittery slides right down into the circle. This was hole 16. And I'll line this baby up, knock it down, make a birdie. So that's going to be 3 bogeys and 3 birdies on the day so far with 4 holes to play. Now, 17 here. This hole's 475 feet up and to the right at the end of that line of kind of lighter spruces. Nobody birdied this hole. 475 foot uphill par 3 just wasn't happening. So I just kind of played a safe shot, because if you end up in those spruces, it's horrible. So fading out left was the safe miss. Pitch one up there, knock in a par. You're not losing anything on the field. Hole 18. This hole says 243, but nobody even believes that. Little ace run skipped over into this tree. I'm stuck with a crappy stance. I haven't been putting straddle lately, so wasn't feeling very comfortable. It was right outside like literally 33 feet. It like so close. Yanked the jumper. Got left with this another tentative 22 footer, and but I tap in the bogey there, and then on to hole 19. 332 foot par 3. You're really trying to swing a hyzer out here. It's a little bit uphill, so you want to hit something flat and get kind of that pushing fade. I just kind of disc selection went a little wrong. I threw my beefy defender out here and it just faded early, so ended up short, pitching up, and I'm just gonna knock this down for a par. On a hole 20, final hole. 353 foot, just big hyzer, really, nothing special. I throw my time lapse again. I get long of the circle. This is another one of these kind of like 25, 26 foot tentative putts, the elevated basket. But I'm able to cash that in.